Marie, Arthur, Karen, Peter and Linda, Peter and Linda, Peter and Linda. It's like, hey, Jody. That's all of our inside joke, right? It's like,
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. We appreciate the fact that you're here with us today. We're glad to have you all on board. It is Sunday, June 2nd, and it is definitely time for the Imaginators.
nice.
Whoop, whoop.
So, we are so glad to have you with us. Of course, the whole idea is that we're going to get together, we're going to imaginate together, and if you have something to share, feel free to do so. You know how to do it. If not, if you're first timer here, because we've had a couple of them, please look at the screen in front of you where I am, my picture. Look at the bottom of that screen if you're on Zoom. And if you want to share, you click that reactions button at the bottom of the screen in Zoom, and then click on raise hand, and we will call on you. If you're watching us on YouTube and you have a question, go ahead and join us by clicking on the bar at the top of the chat where it says Robert Hollis and Unlimited Wisdom. The Zoom link is there. Otherwise, go ahead and ask your question in either of the chats, and we will ask it on your behalf. And we appreciate that. Also, thank you very much. Our subscriber count continues to increase. We are now up to 7,229 subscribers. 1% gooder every single day. That's where we're going, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep doing that. Thank you so much for sharing the links to people with ears to hear. So, just lots of great things going on. With Inner Circle, Ask Me Anything, Robert showing up daily to do his noon lives, or at least here on the West Coast, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. And your support is what helps us grow.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Um,
you.
the Zoom link is leading us to YouTube. Okay, let me double check that. And I will get that posted, those of you that are watching in the YouTube chat. Otherwise, we did send out the link. It's in the Telegram or it's on the email that we send every week, but I will go ahead and make that change. In the meantime, let's go ahead and hear from the gentleman, our Imaginator in Chief. Let's give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis!
Greg, thank you so much. The hostess with the mostest. And hi, Daniel. Hi, Kay. Hi, Dee Dee. It's great to have you guys on here. Yeah, I only have one quick opening statement before we go in is when you really, really understand that everything is about our ability to imagine, when that clicks for you, do you notice how will look at virtually everything and go, wow, someone imagine this, someone imagine this, someone imagine this. And it's really, really amazing because when you can literally look at everything as something that someone first thought of in their imagination, and then they pulled it off. And the other part is again, our ability to really, really focus on positive things that people are continuing to create. The rest of the world, I believe, is their number one goal in life is to distract our attention to stop us from imagining. So in my eyes, I'm just sharing this with you guys. In my eyes, there's all this stuff in the world right now that's stopping Robert attempting to stop me from imagining what I want to create for myself or others, and also people orphans that I can support. So I always can tell when I'm not in that zone. I can always tell when I'm not in that. And when you become aware of that and just realize how much stuff out there is just constantly trying to get us, look at this, squirrel, 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 squirrel. And it really blows me away too that people, because when someone asked me again, and you guys know this, I think about it all the time. If someone asks me what I truly, truly do, Robert, what do you do? My saying would be, I always sort of dreamt and imagined of a life that I could possibly have. And then I met someone that gave me a plan to make it happen. All right. So, that individual, with the God memorandum, the science of getting rich, what that person did is they gave me a whole different levels of skills of learning how to imagine something that I could create. And I knew immediately that I didn't possess the abilities, the talents, the skills, the excitement, the enthusiasm, because I hadn't figured out how to do the plan in to begin with. So one thing that I would ask each and every one of you do is I really truly believe the next couple of things I share with you are the keys to understanding that. Is I ask people all the time, tell me someone that you look up to as a role model that actually inspires you. You know what I mean? So if we inspire and imagine to be something better than we are and a future better than we have, how many of us are really honestly following a person that's leading by example? See, I think a lot of people in the world think they're leaders, but to be a leader, you have to have a following. You know what I mean? It is like, so, that's the one thing I would ask you to do. Because again, how fast your life can change, I mean, fast, is when all of a sudden one day someone gives you their imagination and it lights you up and everything happens. So for me, when I think about all the companies that I've been with and that I jumped in, virtually put hundreds and hundreds of people in the first month in front of a video. And then just a few of them decided that they were going to do the same thing as me. And people keep thinking and believing, because of a lack of imagination and a lot of hallucination, that this won't happen for them. See, the one thing a lot of people don't realize is when I started with MDC, or Matt and I built my brand, or I've done every other company, here's something a lot of people don't know about me, is my ability to help people imagine, in my opinion, is so good that I get to talk to people that have never done this business. Let me ask you a simple question. See, some people believe that everyone in the world knows what we do. It's not. They've heard of it, but they don't know about it. They've never succeeded at it, but no one ever gave them an imagination plan to use this vehicle to create what they have. And so every one of us that are on here, one thing that we have in common is we've been in front of people that stretched our imagination. Yes or yes? And so think about it. Everything that we've done is somebody else's. Like the funny thing that I used to say to people all the time, you want to know how good of a salesperson I am? I'm married to Terry. That's how good of a salesperson I am. So, and oh, by the way, I apologize to all of you for her not being here. Her mom hurt her back and she's at the hospital right now. So, but bizarre things happening, it really makes you think about it. But I want each and every one of you to sort of really, really ask yourself, are you caught up in the imagination? Is it really? Because, my goal, and I shared this yesterday on the AMA, is I'm pretty competitive. I do my best to try to keep it creative. But there's no way that certain individuals that are jumping in a company that I've been in for 6 months are going to beat me to master. No way. And so as you guys watch me build, 3 or 4 new legs and run them all the way up to the top deals, I think some of you are going to be blown away, because I think that a lot of you imagine that I'm reaching out to people that have already been in the network marketing industry. I don't. My wife and I were talking just the other day, and you guys will find what I'm about ready to say hilarious. Because when I got into the inner circle with my mentor, Bill Gould, this is what he told me. He said, all of us, he says, I need you guys to do me a huge favor. And we went, what? And he says, if you run into anybody that's already involved in a network marketing company, leave them the fuck alone. And we're like, what? He goes, they're know-it-alls. They think they got the deal. They're uncoachable. They won't take the time to unlearn, to relearn. And I do things very, very unique. So do me a favor and find people that are praying for a better life and introduce me to them, and I can change their life. And that's what he did to me. And so you guys are going to watch me build at least 3 new legs all the way to what at 500K. And I'm going to do that with brand new people. Exactly what I did before, reaching out to people on Facebook, getting to know, like, and trust them, get them to know, like, and trust me, and take an individual that, and think about this one statement. Man, I thank God all day, every day that Bill Gould did that for me. Where would I be if he wasn't patient with me and I told him that I didn't have any money and he wasn't interested in training me? He was interested in getting me a check. That's all he was interested in. And people can feel it when your number one goal is to get them a check instead of trying to train them. See, some of you are missing that bad. I see what you're doing, and you want to train somebody. You want to convince somebody. You want to sell somebody. All my mentor was worried about with me is he said, you don't have any money? Yep, no problem. Listen, I'm going to explain a person to you. And you guys have heard me do that before. And so instead of me talking about network marketing, because Imaginators is for everything, here's the statement that I said yesterday that it made all the hair on my skin, all the, the chicken skin happen for me. And I said it. And when I said it, I forgot that I know this. When Bill showed me the first 3 steps to get started in building my imagination and building what I'm doing, it was 1, get started. 2, get in where you fit in. So just find out where they're comfortable getting started. And then 3 is the backbone of the business. The backbone of the business is, who do you know? You know why there's a statement out there right now, you guys, that people say, do I have to call my family and friends? How did that ever come about? I'll tell you why. Because I don't care who you are, you don't like to be sold. You don't like to be sold. So your first thought of going to your family and friends is, I don't want to go to them because I don't want to sell them something. I don't want them mad at me. I don't want them talking bad about me. Do you realize that when you say that, you actually are saying, I don't believe I'll ever make any money in this business because I don't want to introduce it to people that I love that I might hurt? So you don't mind hurting other people, strangers, but you don't want to get your family and friends into something that you know doesn't work. So in Imaginators, I wanted to bring this in. Regardless of your imagination, I truly believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that what makes the difference between who you are and what you are is your ability to ask for help. So when people won't reach out to people that they know and just simply say, hey, listen, I want you to do me a huge favor. Who do you know? Fill in the blank. Who do you know that's good at construction? Who do you know that's good at sound? Who do you know that's good at video editing? Who do you know? Because there's only two groups of people that don't do that, and another group of people that are trying to do everything on their own. It really hasn't dawned on them that the greatest things in life comes from the service of other people. They still don't get that maybe they need to find a way to point, guide, and direct things to people to change who they are and change what their beliefs are. So how many people are working on their imagination? How many people are becoming imaginators? But how many people are asking other people who they know and then sharing what they're looking for to get them to introduce you to somebody that might help you? You feel comfortable enough to do that? Because if you do, everything that you're dreaming about, everything that you're imagining is going to happen that fast. So that's my opening for Imaginators. And Craig, back to you. We'll get some questions answered and help people get closer to their imagination.
Sounds like a plan. And we've got a lot of people with their hands up already. Kai Au, Jerome Marshall, Kelly Davis, Coach Bob. We're going to get things started with Jody Falcon. So Jody, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Hey, Robert. Hi, Craig. Hi, Matthew. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jody. How are you today?
Oh, so happy, so fulfilled, blessed, and highly favored.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank you. So, first of all, Terry's feeling better than yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, prayers for her mom. Um, a small request.
Okay.
Our group is extremely powerful.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm calling on all of us right now to be prayer warriors for our friend Jay Clark. This past Thursday, his wife had to have, right then and there, a radical mastectomy.
Ouch.
And yeah.
And her name, do you remember her name?
Yes, her name is Linda. And they
Okay.
just live north of me, maybe 3 hours. I forget the small town. But anyway, the powerfulness of our warrior prayers will help his wife, Linda, and also Jay, because he's the sole caretaker for her. So thank you in advance, everybody. I appreciate you for that.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Yes. Let's go back in time when all of us, at whatever time, we read chapter 9 and how we felt after reading it just the first time. Okay? Keep that thought, keep that feeling. So this past Friday, I finished reading all 10 scrolls. I finished the assignment. It was read each scroll 3 times a day for 5 weeks. Then you go to the next scroll 3 times a day, Monday through Friday for 5 weeks. Well, scroll 10 is a prayer.
Wow.
The same feeling. Same feeling. When I read this prayer, I will be reading just the prayer every day as part of my gratitude practice. And I really hope when I'm on my deathbed, someone is reading it to me.
That's cool.
I really hope, and I don't expect, oh, you're going to do this assignment. But if nothing else, read the prayer in scroll marked 10. Oh, goodness. Well, that's pretty much all I can say right now. I didn't expect to get like this.
Well, I love your heart, Jody, and I love your willingness to help people. Believe it or not, I've only read one other Ogmandino book. I'm one of those people that when things were so rough for me that I only did what my mentor told me. And so I just never ever bothered with any of the other books. There was Dan McCormick, which is a very successful network marketer. He had me on his podcast one time, and he really, really said some nice things. And he said, Robert, he said, like some of you have been very, very nice to say that I just do my best to try to do what successful people had taught me. And so he said, listen, he said, have you ever read Og Mandino's The Greatest Salesman in the World? And I said, no. And he says, well, I want you on the podcast because I was thinking of all the people that I met that actually would be that person. And it was you.
Yes.
And I just went, wow, that's really, really nice. So I thought that I would take the time to, I think I listened to it, but I wanted to see, where he really got that. And he was saying that the reason that he read that book is, again, one of the things I love about imagination is that you guys have heard me say this phrase before, is that when you finally make a commitment that you're going to imagine your life better than it's ever been, and then you move into action, usually it's the books that you read and the things that you do directly after point of making the decision.
Right.
So if you really watch closely, Jody, and you talk to people that, God, I wish I could be like him, or I wish I could be like her, you'll notice that they have like one or two go-tos.
Mm-hmm.
It's the people that go, oh, I got 1,000,000 books. And I'm going like, can you tell me what one has made the biggest impact on you and how it touched you in an emotional way? And from that point on, you went into action and changed your life.
Oh my God. Oh. My action is now like amplified. Oh
Oh,
my.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And so, if that book, including the greatest miracle in the world, I think that's what we really imagine. I believe
Mhm.
all of us imagine to actually know that we know that we're connected. Know that we know that there's this feeling that comes over us where we're like, oh, there it is. There it
Yeah.
is.
And it's always all good.
Oh, how can
It
it be
doesn't
bad?
matter what kind of shit is going on anywhere, anytime, at any time, any place, with any person, inside your house, outside, whatever.
Yeah.
It's always all good.
Thank you, Jody. I love and appreciate you. I love your heart and
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Jody, thank you so very much, and thank you for sharing. All right, moving right along, we've got Coach Bob. Coach Bob, go ahead, open up and share with us.
Hey, happy Sunday. Hopefully your guys are doing well. Craig, Matt, Robert.
How you doing, Coach Bob? My number one scorer for last month. Thank you very much.
Blessed and highly favored. Yeah, I'm working
Awesome.
hard. So my question is, I want to kind of build on your opening statement about getting distractions and stuff when you
Right.
imaginate. So I want to know, like, do you set a special time to imaginate? And I mean, it can come anytime during the day, I know, but do you
Yeah.
write these things down? Because I like lose them, right? So I'm like, I think of this great thing, and then I'm thinking, I sit down, and I'm like, gosh darn it all.
Now,
What was
no,
I
because when should you imaginate? I imagine most when I'm just waking up. You know what I
okay.
mean? I'm just waking up and I allow my imagination to sort of go and just, and just go, yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's going to be cool. That's going to feel awesome. And one of the things, Bob, too, is have you taken the time to write down your perfect day?
Yes, I have. Yeah,
Okay.
I do have
So,
that. Yeah.
so and again, we always get to change our perfect day. For practice, you guys will probably get a kick out of this. I turn on the camera like I'm doing right now, and I just go off. I just go off. This is what I like to experience. This is what I like to experience. This is what I like to experience. One of the things that I think is very unique about coming up with some rare, very creative ideas, and then for whatever reason, if we don't write them down, we'll lose them. My always thought, I don't think, and for me, I'm just saying for me, I
Right.
don't lose the imagination of the things that I need to do to get to my imagination.
Okay.
I seem to forget a bunch of distractions that come to me. Is, oh my God, it would be cool if you did this. Oh my God, it'd be cool if you did this. I think that's cool. I think that a lot of people mentally, if they're doing that, are going to come up with those thoughts. It's just whether or not that's going to get you to your perfect day.
So we're building to our perfect day through our imagination. Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Yeah. So if you don't know what you want, you're never going to get it.
Right. Okay.
So see, I imagine a perfect day for you, Bob, would be the stuff that you do all day you wouldn't do anymore.
Right. I'd be spending time with my family, and it'd be very simple. It'd just be simple. But to get everybody in my imagination to get going,
Right.
that's the thing, because it's certain people I want there. You want
Of
them to be there,
course. Of
and
course.
then it's difficult sometimes to get everybody. Everyone's busy too, right?
Right.
So
And that's why I know for a lot of you, a lot of you want to really emotionally experience your perfect day. And if you did, this will sound brutal, but if you were really focused on your perfect day and every day you're emotionally connected to it, I believe that people would never ask another person what they need to do. Because that's trusting yourself. So I've been, open with you guys that, do you think in the last 62 years I've ever attempted to get in shape or lose weight?
oh yeah.
Yeah. But they were never my imagination. And I thought, wow, I pulled this off with my family. I pulled this off with my connection to the master creator. I pulled this off in business financially. I pulled this off with who I am as an individual. I know that I got to keep moving. And then love and contribution. I hear about it all the time, the things I do for people because I just love them and including orphans. So people are always just like going, wow, and so the more that I pull toward that and get gooder and gooder. And then it's always been my health is something that I would always lie about. And it was always something that I said that I'll put off until another time. And so whenever I did that, you guys will watch this when you're not locked into your imagination, because then I'll say all of a sudden, okay, I'm done. I'm done living like this. I need to lose weight. And then my mind immediately goes into the questioning stuff. And it's like I told you guys a joke about me saying to my son that I'm going to find the perfect device to work out on that burns the most calories in the least amount of time. And he goes, yeah, you did that already. It's the rowing machine. I use it every day. It is like, oh yeah. So when you think about doing really, really a lot of research to figure out the way that you're going to do it and the way you're going to go about it, and then when you stop, you never go back to that. See, most people don't ever trust themselves, so they're always looking for the book. They're always looking for the coach. They're always looking for the product. They're always looking for the system. See, they never, ever, ever. If one of you guys ever did this, think about this. When I think about where we are in the world today in 2024, there's times that my mind goes out and goes, what would be the perfect opportunity? Honestly, if I could create, like I've done before, the perfect opportunity to build my empire with, I'm in it. I'm in it. So a lot of people are like, wow, because, me and Matt and Craig have even talked about, there's no doubt that I'm going to millions of subscribers on YouTube, but it sure is missing some very key components to the wealth deal. the number one thing you always hear about people that are podcasters, the people that are YouTube content creators, the people that are on social media is once you stop doing the stuff, the income stops. It's like, wait a minute, it's missing that residual component. Now, for me, it's missing the most important thing for me is I know this is my ministry, and I also know that the way to greatness is the service of many. So I can teach other people how to, supplement their income. But, if it's taking me with the following that I have to make, really, really focus hard for a year and make 17 grand on my YouTube channel for a year. See, that's super long term for me. When I have an opportunity in my hand where I can help make people 17 grand in 60 days.
Right.
And then it's got the leverage, then it's got the residual component to it. See? So it's like, if you guys believed in Josh Wagel and MDC as much as I did, then I just know that if I find people on the planet and connect them with him, that's going to make me a lot of income. Oh, wait a minute. I already did that and it made me a lot of income. So, yeah, when you're dealing with distractions, know that you're dealing with it and go, because here's one of the craziest things, me watching the UFC fights last night is, there's not a doubt Dustin Poirier did the best job that he could do. And he's one of the, ultimate best fighters out there. And everyone calls him a Hall of Famer, and he's never, ever won the world championship. Is that crazy that everyone knows that you're just that kind of person, that you're going to be a Hall of Famer because he's fought in some of the best fighters that have ever fought and beat him, including Conor McGregor, which is promoted for the fight at the end of June. That will be it's already the largest pay-per-view in the world. So think about this. It's weird that the world works this way. So Conor McGregor, out of the 5 biggest UFC pay-per-views, Conor McGregor's had 4 of them. And the pre-sales for the one that's happening at the end of this month is already outsold every one of them.
Wow.
And Dustin Poirier beat that dude twice. And he's never been a world champion. And sometimes you sort of go, wow, what is that all about? And for me, I would say that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's got more money than he knows what to do with. He used some of the money to give to charity, which everyone loves him for. And then he's given a lot of money to a lot of different businesses that he's helped and created that is going to take care of him for the rest of his life. I don't know if that's a bad story. I believe that, some people get, of course, there's only one award, you know what I mean, for whatever time that you're in. And unfortunately, a lot of people are, in the wrong place at the wrong time. They played quarterback while Brady was in the game. Or they played basketball when, Michael Jordan was playing. And you just go, man, my stats show that I'm like the 3rd best guy ever, but no one knows who I am. You know what I mean? So that can play with you a little bit. So did that help you with that?
Yeah. So shooting for my perfect day through my imagination. I think that was good. And I'm going to start writing stuff down because I forget it, Robert. I do it on my phone a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes you can use like a voice recorder on your phone. What I've been doing, honestly, is if I got a great idea, I just turn on the video and record myself.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't even have to be looking at me. It can, I don't have to look at it because I'm not sending it to anybody else. But, it's, oh my God, I don't want to forget this. Hit record on the phone. It can be, it wouldn't make a difference what the video was. And then you have it on your phone. And then you can go back and look at your phone and go, what's this video? And you go, oh, damn, that was a good idea. I remember. And I do write good ideas that I have on I use Notepad. You know what I mean? I have little notes and on my Notepad from, ever since there was a computer.
Right. So what I hear from you is your best things are coming in the morning when you wake up. Is that kind of what my feeling is that I'm getting from you? Where you sit in bed?
I also, I'm sure that you and a lot of other people do this too. I always seem to like, here's where I think distractions are a good deal. It's like my mind just goes bananas when I'm listening to somebody else's podcast or listening to somebody else that I know that's connected. I get inspired by them. And then my mind goes, oh my God, you could do this, this, and this. And then this is this and this and this and this. So you take that, whatever that idea is that they had, and then, you sort of elaborate on it and make it your own, or write it down and think of ways that you're going to share that.
Right. All right. Thank you, Robert. Love and appreciate you. Have a beautiful Sunday, everyone.
Thank you. And Coach Bob, I had one other thing based on the audios that we had before. It's like, that vacation you never took.
Right.
There's still time. I'll show you how.
Okay. Yeah.
So, one line hooks that just like, what? You know what I mean? Remember that trip you always wanted to take with you? Always wanted to take? Yeah, there's still time, and I can show you how to get it for free.
Yeah, I think little ones like that they catch people and then they bring them in, right? That's all you need. Like unbelievable. And like you were teaching me.
Again, when people realize how simple life is, you know what I mean? You look at someone and very simply you're smiling, and then you look at them and you just ask a question to see if they're interested or not.
Right.
It's like, it's funny. It's like, so if you get ignored or you get an eye roll or you get an F away from me, that's what stops people from continue to ask other people if they are, see, so me, I don't like rejection. I don't care. I'll call bullshit on anyone that says you can get over it. I think that's bullshit, especially if you care for people. So if you're a caring person, you care for people, and you didn't find a way to get them to get it. They didn't see the big picture. You didn't get them to imagine it. It's like, damn, man, that's sort of a bummer. So that's why I always say, hey, Bob, could you help me out with something? Listen, I'm expanding a company. Do you know of anyone right now that's always dreamed of making 6 figures a year?
God, the way you say it, Robert, is I get people interested, and then it's just like that second step. I think I scare them away, or it's like, no, I don't want to deal. I'm getting better and better.
Of course you are. Of course you are. And again, always record yourself. Always record yourself. That was the best thing that my mentor ever taught me. He goes, Robert, when you're doing a presentation or you're talking to people, just record yourself. Had a little recorder that I bought. And then he says, as soon as you're done, listen to it. You're like, no wonder they told me no. I'm serious. So that's where that phrase comes, how do I feel if, and how do I act if? So right after you get done talking to somebody, and then they say goodbye, and then you look at a recorder and you go, 48 minutes? Oh, I love hearing myself talk. That is ridiculous. You see what I mean? Then I start listening to it and I go, holy cow. I asked him one question and went on for, 12 minutes. They asked me one question and I went on for 12 minutes. Like, I should be listening for 12 minutes. I should be asking the question and listening for 12 minutes. And that's how I got gooder and gooder.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm proud of
Find
you,
out what
Bob.
they're, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks
And
again.
I always test market everything I'm telling you guys. And, you know, when you got a good hook, a really good hook, you know what? I just thought of this. It just downloaded to me. When people ask, what's your pickup line? Right?
Right.
Okay. So you guys have probably heard a lot of them, but you know what really is a good pickup line? Is when someone goes, all right, that was a good one. You know what I mean? And it carries on the conversation.
Right.
The person's not creeped out or whatever. And so this is the one that I've been saying to people, just calling them out of nowhere. I said, hey, I just wanted to catch up. And they go, okay, what's up? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing sort of a survey. You know, now that I'm involved in a company where I can get free trips, I'm calling people that I know to find out where's the best places they've been. And when I do that to people, they go, damn. And I go, what? And they go, I know what you're doing to me. I know what you're doing to me, but I went to, you know, wherever. And they go, yeah, you got to go. You got to go to, you know, to Japan, right? Here's the one that blows me away. Would you like most about it? And again, they just go, you know, someone the other day that is very successful. Oh my God, you guys, this guy's almost made as much as me. And he goes, you're just always Robert. I go, what do you mean? And he's going, you're constantly getting me to imagine. You're constantly getting me to stop thinking about how much life sucks. You're constantly, you know, stretching my mind. And I go, no, I'm just finding out where you are. And he goes, yeah, and I've been in a dark place for a long time. And I said, I can get you to, he goes, I know you can. So, you know, if you can ask a question, and then, you know, who do you know that would like to make 6 figures a year? You see what I mean? It's like, that really brings out a different thought and a different answer for people. Instead of, you know, do you know anyone that I could sell some shit to?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
some of you are using different words and you think it's different, but it's not. That's the translation right there. You know, I'm pretty desperate and I need to make some extra money, and I was hoping that you would buy some shit for me. And it's like, yeah, not anywhere in that conversation did I hear that you were doing me a benefit. Oh, no, I'm doing you a benefit because this is the best fucking product that ever existed. It's like, why are you doing this to me? And that's why people say it's the NFL. No friends left.
Yeah.
Because you took your conversation to places where people didn't feel comfortable with it.
You know, Robert, I'm not asking enough questions. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I'm telling people, I'm shoving the opportunity, not the opportunity, the stuff down there. I'm not asking them what they need. Right. I'm just giving. Right. So, you know, I've got to do that.
When I first connect with a person, it really blows me away, because don't you think when people talk to me on a Zoom that there might be just a little guarded?
Oh,
yeah, they're skeptical. Okay, I'm going to get on here. And then the very first thing I say, well, Bob, you know, thank you very much for taking your time. I think your time is just as valuable as mine. And you know, before we can get started, why are you right now looking for a business opportunity?
more money.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm on this Zoom today because I knew if I didn't, Bob wouldn't fucking stop pestering me. You know, I think I've gotten, you know, 94 emails, you know what I mean? Like 400 videos. And, Yeah, I think this would be just a great way to get Bob off my back. I'm changing Bob's name to Backpack.
Oh,
I'm joking, by the way.
no, I know,
yeah.
I'm not asking them what I'm just, I got to ask what they want and what they
Yeah.
need and how I can help them.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You
Yes.
bet. You bet.
You get lost sometimes and so busy that you're not thinking about that. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking
Well,
about
not only
connecting.
not thinking about that, but it is bizarre as human beings why we just keep repeating the same habits that we've already mastered that didn't get us where we need to be. And so, I'm always going to relate to you guys working on your imagination to get where you want, because, I postponed my imagination of my health for a long, long time. And I now have a different imagination, and I trust myself, and I don't care about the opinions of anybody. And I keep learning new stuff every day. Hey, you guys want to see how whacked out I am? I got up this morning and I actually said, the fat that's on the human body, what's in that fat? And oh my God, it's the stuff that your body needs to survive. So while you're not paying attention, it's storing stuff on you because it just doesn't trust you. One day this person forgets to eat, then this person eats the most toxic shit on the planet that has no nutrition in it. So I need to burn a little bit of fat from that. But it's like, the brain's watching you make decisions that's going, I can't even believe we're still alive, to be brutally honest. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to do my best to keep me alive. And I'm gonna do that, so.
Well, good. We're here to support you, Robert. And I'm
here
happy
to
you made
support you.
I'm happy you made that decision.
Yeah.
You always want to tell people, but I think they have to make that decision up on their own.
Yeah.
That they want to get better. You can kind of tell them, and I'm sure you've heard a lot, and you've told us that you've heard a lot.
Well, one of the things with Matt talking about AI is that, again, there's two groups of people. Well, always three. There is two, but I always say three. There's one group that's clueless. They really don't know what's going on, and they really don't have the ability to figure out what's going on. They're just ignorant. They don't know that they don't know. Then there's another group that knows, but they would rather take all that knowledge and wisdom and turn it into evil. And then there's the other group that gets hope and inspired that goes, AI is going to be it for me. Living in 2024 in June 2nd, there's never been a better time in history to live. And I'm not going to listen to somebody else's opinions that think they fucking know everything and tell me that it's not. I don't give a shit about their opinions. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you got all these people out there with blowhorns trying to get their point across. That has nothing to do with my imagination. Zero. So I don't want to be in front of my maker with the imagination that he gave me for me and my family and people that I love, where I could build a legacy way after I'm gone. And I just want to look at him and go, he goes, you remember this imagination? Oh my God. Yeah, I do. It made me cry. And you did nothing with it. All I needed you to do is have faith of a mustard seed and start pushing toward the mark. And I would have lit your life up. I would have thrown in all the people, all the resources, everything that you need to accomplish that dream. You know why I would do that? Because I need you to be an example for other people that can make them believe that it's true for them. But you let other people talk you out of it. You did shit that you wasn't supposed to do. I didn't bless it. You suffered your entire life. Why? It's like, well, I didn't believe in myself. You know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute. That wasn't the deal.
Yeah.
That wasn't the deal. Put me first and I'll add all things onto you. Love you, Bob.
Yeah, love you too. Love and appreciate you.
You
Have
bet,
a
man.
wonderful
You
Sunday.
bet.
Yep. Thanks so much, guys. Love
Coach
everybody.
Bob,
Yep. Take care.
thank you so very much. Appreciate you.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Coming up, we've got Kai, we've got Jerome, but first, Kelly Davis. Go ahead, open up and please share. You muted yourself, Kelly. Try. Hold on. There you go.
Done. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Kelly. How you been?
I am smart. I'm kind. I'm funny. I'm beautiful. I'm worthy. I'm enough. And I'm the greatest damn miracle in this world.
Yes, you are. Yes,
How about
you
you?
are.
How are you doing?
Better than that.
I love it.
That was my first thought. It was like better than that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I am so glad to see all of you guys. Last week when I was talking when you were on and Santa Corky came on and he was talking about how he's kind of over the TikTok thing and the only way you can monetize on there is if you're in the TikTok shop and all of that stuff. And that really caught my attention because I started doing more on TikTok in the last, well, first with YouTube, where Matthew or
So
where
did
you guys
did you get excited when the government actually passed it or Biden signed it that they were going to get rid of it? Is that what got you excited to do more on TikTok?
No, I don't know what did. Here's what did. My prayers did.
I'm just playing. I'm just
And now I'm really excited. But here's what happened. I was listening to all of that. And I listened to what you guys told me about YouTube and how you have to have one niche on YouTube. And listen, I'm a squirrel. I don't want to talk about one thing. I want to talk about all the things.
See, I talk about everything. Me and Matt's gone back and forth from this. Again, I trust myself. And I know that Matt and I sometimes talk about personas. I think that when you look at someone like Eddie Murphy or Kevin Hart or people that say, you know what, I want to be a singer, I want to be an actor, I want to do plays, I want to write a book, I now want to do a comedy, I want to do a rerun. It's like when you look at people in the world, it's like I don't know. The people that inspire me are people that are really making a mark in the world and everything. And I can't imagine them having, 70 YouTube channels doing a niche on each channel. Now, I will tell you that for beginners that are trying to get some kind of traction, I would agree. I would totally agree. But if you don't need YouTube for an income, then why not be you? Like when I see people doing podcasts right now, it is crazy the different topics that they cover on the podcast.
Well,
So
and
if I find when I look at when I look at people that I really admire, they're just so creative and they're so multifaceted. And if you talk to people about Rick Mears, it's like a race car driver. Oh, Rick Mears is an IndyCar driver from Bakersfield. Yeah. Okay. So now tell me what you think of Roger Penske. It's like what isn't that fucking guy in? That's a great question. You know what I mean? And so, it's again, one of the things that made me change what I'm doing in every area is just trusting myself. I have two rules right now, and I ask each and every one of you to run from it. I now know everything I hear and see. Everything I hear and see is bullshit. And so for me to move forward and feel comfortable in moving forward, I need to trust what I want and what I'm going to do. And so if part of that is being a squirrel, and I got up this morning and did some stuff in the yard, I know that some people reached out to me and go, Robert, you got enough money to pay people to do that. I love doing that. So I'll do stuff in the yard, and then sometimes I feel like doing a live, and sometimes I feel like focusing on investing. And then I'm working on my house. So I'm, AIing a bunch of stuff about my house. And it's like, I like being multifaceted.
Yes.
So I'm just going to try to be the best me I can be.
So yeah, well, moving along with that, I was told, well, wouldn't you try a podcast or a blog or a vlog? I'm like, yeah, I could do that too. And then I'm like, you know what? I could do a vlog or a blog every single day on TikTok if I want.
Yeah.
I just have to go live on TikTok. And I can talk about whatever I want. I can do, whatever. You have to be a little more careful, but like words you can't say. So I started on TikTok, and I built my following up to the point where they accepted me into the TikTok shop.
Awesome. Congratulations.
The cool thing is that they're sending me, I applied for free samples of really nice things, and they're sending me these free samples of things like earbuds and like a ring light stand, and like all the way up to anything like a portable ice maker, like anything. And they send it to you, and you literally have to make a video and put on your TikTok, and you get to keep it. So guess what? I could give two craps if I make a commission on those things, because a quick video and I get to keep that thing for free. I'm already making money, right?
Right.
So then I started doing that, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to go live more on YouTube. So I started doing that. I got my background all fixed up, and I call myself the Faithful Flamingo. And I got these little pointers that I can point up at things. And listen, I got a little pink microphone, and we put on music. And I have met some people on there. I met this guy named Joe last week that is doing the same. He is on his platform talking about positivity, talking about self-growth, talking about all the things. And he invited me onto his platform, and then all of his people followed me. And then he came over onto my live and talked to my people. And I want to share one of his quotes because it's really awesome. Over 60,000 moments in a day. How many of those moments are you going to win?
I love it.
Isn't that awesome? So now when I get on my lives, I'm reading affirmations to people. I'm telling people what I do every day to keep myself positive. I'm encouraging people to give back to people that can never repay them. I'm doing all these things. I'm also being stupid and saying jokes and doing all. But it's funny because I stopped praying to God to make my business work. And I started praying to God to give me the tools and the vehicles and the information and bring me the people.
Yeah.
And know what you want me to do with this.
Right.
In the meantime, I signed up an affiliate from Africa that I met on TikTok, who then invited me to her live on Friday. And I went on her live on TikTok, and she had 8 other people in the box with her. And she asked me to explain it to these guys, what we're doing. And I just said, we're in the people business. We have multiple products. I have been so blessed. I am building a team, and I want to help you. And if you want some help, you just need to connect with me here on TikTok. Then I went and I sent her link. I went into my back office and I sent her link to them. Then I went back to her and I said, hey, Zippy, I just gave your link out to 2 people. So now we're starting to get people signed up under you. Whenever you get that email in your inbox, I'm going to need you to introduce them to me so that I can mentor and help all of you, and we can all start this. And I don't think she even realized, I listened to you when you said, instead of teaching people everything, focus on creating them a check.
Yes.
And so I used her link. I signed them up. She's getting emails now. And I don't have to teach her anything because she knows that all she has to do is tell them about the business, give her link, and they're going to sign up and introduce them to me.
What a concept.
It's
What a
all from
concept.
this is all from TikTok, and I'm just scratching the surface. I can talk about my products. I can take my products while I'm talking to them, and they'll say, "Hey, what are you doing?" So instead of focusing on YouTube, which I do use, and I
Right.
record my videos there, like I recorded the whole chapter 9, and I share it with people. That's my gift.
Awesome.
And it's my voice and it's me doing it, and I share the gifts to people and do all the things. But I'm just super grateful because I asked for guidance and this was just dropped in my lap.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better. Give me some things to do, and I'm going to do them. And if you're, again, you don't work a day in your life if you love what you do.
Right.
So,
Absolutely. Well, and the thing about that is too, is I'm like, bring me the things I need to do. And so if he drops this in my lap, I feel like I need to take a step forward and try it.
why not?
It might not be what I end up doing because we all pivot and shift all the time.
Right.
But I found a platform that I can share with people. I can do my business with people. My question, because of contracts with My Daily Choice, okay,
Right.
I don't think I can legally sell anything on the TikTok shop that we sell in My Daily Choice. Am I right? So I just need to be careful about the things I choose to market. Is that?
No, I don't think that's a problem.
So, but for instance, I don't want to do some sort of Botox product or skincare creams because
Oh, I see. I see. So you're just saying that as you run into other products. Yeah, I would be loyal. I would be loyal. Hey, I already market a brand of CBD. So yeah,
right.
yeah, because I have people all the time that want to add me to their groups so I can look at their business and product. And I'm not even going to allow you to add me to a group. I don't want to be looked at. I don't want to be looked at as an individual that's doing a million things and not good at any of them.
A jack of all trades and a master of none.
Yeah. I want to be looked at as, well, this guy can show me how to make money.
Right. And so what I've been signing up for, things like earbuds, ring lights, things that are going to help me in my business too, all of that electronic stuff, things I can use in my yard, that sort of thing. And I'm staying away from anything that might cause myself to have competition.
Yeah. Well, anything that you're doing, Kelly, that's getting you closer and closer to your perfect day. So, I know that people every day, they have this imagination of something that they want their lives to be like. And unfortunately, most people get distracted doing other things and it never comes. And so that's exactly like that trip. You know what I mean? Where's a country that you've always wanted to go to? Australia. You been there? No. Why? Well, because I was doing all this other shit.
It's funny. I think your ears are probably burning frequently because I throw your name around over there all the time.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
have
you.
you heard of Hollis? No, I haven't. Well, you need to look him up on YouTube. I tell him.
So thanks for sharing, Kelly. I always love hearing. There's nothing funner for me, or more enjoyable for me to hear people when they're excited in what they're doing, and they see results from it, whatever that results is. It really truly isn't all about money. You know what I mean?
Well, it is.
What?
Yes, it is, because everything happens with money. I'm like, don't try to talk me out of thinking I need more money, Robert.
Okay. It is like,
Robert, I love you. I'm praying
I
for
love you
Tamara,
too.
praying
I love
for
you
her.
too.
I'm praying for her
Thank you.
mom and everyone. So I love you guys. You guys are
Love you
awesome.
too. Nice to see you again, Kelly.
You too.
Kelly, thank you so very much. Great shares today, and this is awesome. Now, Arthur's hand just went up, but Arthur,
Okay.
we got an order, so just letting you know. We've got Kyle coming up, but first we're going to go to Jerome Marshall. Jerome, go ahead, open up, and please share. And good to see you, my friend.
Hey, good to see everybody. I just want to praise God first of all for being re-hooked up to all of you. Congratulations to everyone. Seems like everybody's just kicking ass, kicking ass. So
Yeah, we missed you. We missed you, and we're glad that you're plugged back in.
Yeah, I miss y'all too. And I'm back in the lab, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna win together,
Yeah, we are. We definitely are. You look good. Jerome said you do too. You guys look good.
Oh, I'm gonna look better on Wednesday because my barber comes back from out of town, so I don't let nobody touch my hair except for him. So
hey, I get that. Finding a good barber is hard, man.
Yeah, I know. I got the Arthur and Monty look right now. Like that's not me, I like to have myself short, But hey, my question was, well, first of all, hold the Robert, Craig, Matt, everybody again. Congratulations for everything.
You're welcome. Blessed to be a blessing. I love saying that. Blessed to be a blessing.
Too blessed to be stressed, baby. That's how.
Yep.
That's how. But my question to you, man, I've been having issues with the Dream Trips website. I'm trying to personalize.
I'm sorry, man. Okay, I can't help you.
You can't help me.
Nah. I haven't even logged into it.
Ah, man. That's all right.
I'm in the people business, Jerome.
I know. Me too, man.
So if you had a McDonald's restaurant, you came up to me and you go, listen, can you tell me what's in the fries? I don't know. I probably potatoes. Potatoes are probably in there. But I have heard one thing. I've heard that the customer service that they have is really, 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 really good. You know what I mean? So yeah, just give them a call and ask them what you're looking for. I haven't, how many of you guys know that one of MDC's brands is Dream Trips? I mean, not Dream Trips, High Life Travel. Yep. See, I still don't know anything about High Life Travel.
It's all right, man. You'll get it.
Yeah. And so, Doc Ant reached out to me and he says, Robert, I want to put you on the phone with a couple of people that do foreign exchange trading and stuff. And I go, I'm the wrong guy. It's like, I've really deliberately my entire career, my first 2 weeks sucked in network marketing because I knew everything about the product.
Yeah.
After my 2 weeks hooked up with the right people, it's like my goal is to show you how to get a check as fast as I can get it to you. And then my next goal is to watch that weekly check go up and then your monthly checks go up.
Yeah.
That's my expertise.
I don't even talk about product when I'm talking to people. I just ask them to just let me know what is your goal, and then
I want to be a service to you, Jerome. Ask the question and let's see if I know it.
Well, I saw Coach Bob message me. I was going to get in contact with him too. But my thing is with the first of all, hold on. I'm sorry. Before I go there, I made $10 already from the Robinhood. So that's
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
You bet, man.
Yeah. That's awesome. So my thing was just about the link, because I wanted to, personalize the link and then share it with people.
My understanding is the link that's in the back office of MDC that you click on for the brands, that's Dream Trips. I think it's an abbreviation for international, so INLT or whatever, .com, and then it's / your username. So that would be the link that you use to promote just dream trips.
Okay. Without putting their names and all that, talking about, oh, I don't want to sell, blah, blah, blah. Like it's not. I'm just sharing. I want to share my personal link for.
Yeah. And me, I'm still going to. I'm still going to show people how to create a free account, and then from that free account, I'm going to show them how to access dream trips.
There you go. There you go.
I'm still going. I'm sorry, you guys. I just keep doing the same thing I did for 37 years. So it's important for me to keep my income up. So
Jerome, if you look in the Zoom chat, I've posted the base link, and then Lisa Marie also did. So yeah, it is dreamtripsintl.com.
Awesome. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
You bet. I'm glad that I'm glad that I asked you the question so we could help you. Yeah, but where I tell people their links are, especially if they're going to lead with any kind of products or brands or whatever, then great. Just go into your back office, click on websites, and then on websites underneath there, you're going to see opportunity. You're going to see brands, and when you click on brands, they have a website that's already connected to your username for Akashics and for FFX and now for Dream Trip. So it's like, yeah.
Like I said, I'm just getting plugged back in. I'm back, like I said, back in the lab. So I love and appreciate all you. Thanks again. And Coach Bob, we go get together, man. Because you're number one, man. I got to stick with the number one. So
he's number one. He's now number one and number two. It's like, hey, you guys know that thing? You guys have ever seen that meme? I know you guys have. It's like, there's two of them. The first one popped in my head. I like as well. Do you realize that the life that you have right now is in somebody else's imagination and prayers? So that sort of makes you get to grip with a little bit of gratitude, right? And then the other thing is, it's like, the stuff you're scared to do, somebody else already did it and they're living the life that you wish you had. Hey, we recorded this. This recorded this. I said that in a way that I've never heard it before. Okay. So let me say that again. All right. The things that you're scared to do, somebody else is doing them and they're enjoying the life that you wish you had. When it really comes down to the nitty gritty, you guys, like Joseph Campbell says in The Hero's Journey, the thing that you're scared to do the most is the thing that's going to change your life. And a lot of people would rather do anything than be nice to another human being.
Amen. Amen.
Reach out to a stranger. Be the person that made their difference in their life. Give them a gift. See, still to this day, I still talk to people all the time. There's a big event happening. I spoke at, spoke last and anchored ANMP twice. You know what I mean? And it's like when I was building a brand, did you guys know that everybody that speaks at that event pays to speak at that event? It's a nonprofit organization. So it's like, hey, I'd like to speak at that event. Great. It's a nonprofit. Give them money and see if they'll let you. Anyway. But I was building a brand back then. So that's the things I did, just like when I spoke with Eric Worre. But with that all said, it's like when you really, really think about, what I can do for other people, what can I do for other people? And, every time I went to the ANMP, it was like, even with Larry Thompson there, that was the sponsor of my upline, right? So it was Bill Gould and then a guy named Jeff Roberti and then Larry Thompson. And Larry Thompson spoke at the event. And I mean, oh my God, the legacy and the amount of money and the amount of people that guy helped in the 80s and the 90s. And then he just turned into a consultant and turned into a life coach and turned into, selling of courses and books and stuff. And it's like, that guy could have made an impact on billions and billions of people if he would have stayed in the game. If he stayed in the game, but Herbalife fell apart on him, and he stayed in too long while his top leaders in his downline went to NSA. And I've been there. I'm not throwing him underneath the bus. So when I left Equinox, all my leaders went with me, and they're saying, "What are we doing?" And I said, "I don't know." And they, "Well, we're not rich like you. We got to do something." And so the nice community that I built all got splintered and all went to different companies and stuff because I was too busy being hurt and pissed off and angry and ego and so I'm glad I got rid of that.
Amen. Well, thanks again, y'all. Appreciate it.
I bet you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Jerome, thank you so very much. Appreciate you. You're looking good. Welcome back.
Thanks, Craig. Appreciate you, man. Love you, man.
Love you. Before we continue on to Kai Au, just got to let you know that, and thank you, and big shout out to Bill Shoemaker. Thank you so very much for the donation in the super chat.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, thank you for all you do. Love and appreciate you. And if you do want to donate in the super chat on YouTube, go ahead and click that $sign at the very bottom of this video, or actually if you're watching the replay, or to the side. I hope I'm pointing in the right direction on that video. Anyways, to where the chat is, and then at the bottom of the chat, there's a $sign. Click on that, and then go ahead and donate. All the proceeds go to organizations that Robert supports. They're nonprofit. Thank you so much for your help with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, moving right along. We got Arthur coming up, but first, Kai Au. Kai, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Hey, Robert, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you perfect. How you doing, man?
I'm the best and favorite, deeply loved, and running like a bloody Mad Hatter.
Yes. Still number one. You the man. I can't believe it. I looked up on AI, the man, and your picture came up.
I'm working on it.
That's all we can do, right, Kai?
Yes. It's one of those moments like where these days I'm like channeling that same level of energy into like the embassy business and just connecting with as much compliance as possible for one day. To make it like a big goal. Like, all right, first thing I wake up, just connect with 15, 25 people. 2 hours later, another 15, 25. 2 hours later, another 15, 25. And, it adds up, and it almost adds up to 100 for the next whole day. And I just got somebody who reached out to me. Anyways, I'll just get back to them later. So, but anyhow, hi Terry.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, bud.
How's Grandma? 'Cause we all know.
Fractures in her back.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is she gonna need a brace or something, or a
You have to go in
wheelchair?
and they're gonna they were like, we're gonna put a thing and put cement in your back, and I was like, well, now you're gonna weigh more, so deal with that. So,
Where was it?
You're
Where
so
was
funny.
it?
like right here. So anyway,
In her left shoulder.
well,
Well, everyone was wanting to know.
her. Ask me
And then
about
about-
me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And now about you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Sweating. It's hot.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna share?
Oh, can I?
Well,
So
if you want to finish with Kai.
in a second. Go ahead, Kai.
Yeah, let's go with Kai, and then we'll.
Let me get my.
Okay.
We get my little fan. Oh, God, I'll go.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. My question was obviously there will be days when we just that momentum kind of goes down. What motivates you to, or what can I do to motivate myself to actually get that momentum going again? Because the reason why I asked, I've experienced that before.
The thing that makes you lose momentum is unrealistic expectations of other people that we're supposed to do something. Momentum can't disappear if you're consistently connecting with new people that want to make their imagination come true. So what we do is we go into wide open, connecting everyone as fast and quick as we can so that we can go out there and build momentum. And then I have no idea why people stop. Usually people go into management mode and training mode after the first person they bring in. It's like, no, your job is to find the right people at the right time, at the right place. And the way that you'll create momentum, Kai, is if you never let off the gas. Just never let off the gas. And so as soon as you let off the gas pedal, and then people always go, well, you know, how long can I do this? You're going to surprise yourself. So it's our mind and the negative thoughts that we have in our, I'm working too hard. I'm working, 12, 16, 18 hours a day. No, that's you talking to you. It's like, are you doing more than you did a year ago? Oh, hell yeah, you are. You see what I mean? So it's like, my God, that's why the rest of the world sort of has problem with programming, right? It's like, oh my God, thank God it's Friday. Oh my God, so now I finally get to decompress and do stuff on Saturday.
Get hammered over the weekend. Dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, I got to let loose, and I got so much stress and anxiety, I got to get rid of it for a couple of days. And then oh my God, I'm going through anxiety. Why? Well, because I got to get up tomorrow on Monday and go back to work. You know what I mean? So it's like where people lose momentum is you get gooder and gooder at doing what you're doing. And so as you get better and better at doing what you're doing, just say, I know I can do better than this. Because now it goes from not the number of people that you connect today, but how many people that you get them to imagine that so they actually introduce you to other people. People still are missing that key thing that makes me wealthy. Is I'm good at getting people to imagine their life so much better that they will introduce me to the best people they know, their chicken list. And I think a lot of people are still looking for people that are going to jump in and do this on their own.
Even seasoned leaders.
Yeah. It's like just because people did it in the past doesn't mean they're going to do it in the future. I'd rather not talk to people that have done this already.
Yeah, technology changes so much too. It's like, as the world changes and things change, it makes different routes better and other routes. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be a people business. So
yeah, you gotta have people that know, like, and trust you. And a lot of people that know, like, and trust me is because I've changed their finances forever. I made their imagination come true. So did that help you, Kai?
Yeah, so the reason why I asked that question was because I was self-reflecting last night after talking with Becky. I was like, when I went to 10K, everything was like put on stop mode. Like, I wasn't exactly on management mode, but I was just like, oh, I could breathe again. And then all of a sudden,
you were wide open in ignorance on fire. You bought into the dream that they first told you, and they said that this is the deal, and you looked at it and said, yes, you're right. This is the deal. I don't know if you feel the same way. See, because
right now,
yeah. So what people do, Kai, is they go with the ignorance on fire, talking to as many people as they can, as little as possible, as much as they can. They just go with bananas. And then what happens with people is then they start thinking, and then they start getting educated. And now what they do is they ruin their enthusiasm. They ruin their excitement for going after their imagination. And then they start doing what Jim Rohn tells people not to do. If I were you, Kai, I wouldn't take that class. I have no idea why people do people things. I don't know. I don't know. Well, why doesn't people see this? And why won't they go out and change their lives? Kai, I wouldn't take that class. Just tell them you don't want to be involved in that class anymore.
That's pretty much all I've been telling the people who have been puking all over me. I'm like, these guys are like, tell me a company that can actually help you build multiple streams of income with the 11 house of brands and multiple companies coming into our company. And on top of that, show me your back office. I'm like, I don't have time to deal with their bullshit.
No.
Good, thank you.
The one thing that I think that no one realizes by every person in this industry that's made an above average income, do you know they all walked into a meeting knowing nothing about anything? Have you guys ever thought about that? Every person that's made millions in this industry one day was a person sitting in a room with a group of people and going, holy shit, this is the answer to my prayers. Are you kidding me? I get to work with people that make 62 grand a month and they're going to show me exactly how they got it. I need to pinch myself. I can't believe this shit's happening.
The good old Amway days.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden people click one day and they go, I'm a product expert. And I'm like, what happened to you, man? What happened to you? And they stop dreaming. They stop having the imagination that if they just threw a bunch of people into the system, that there's going to be Robert Hollises out there that are going like, give me the instructions. I'll follow the instructions. And I'm going to go to the top of the comp plan as fast as I can. My mentor did one thing for me. He did a video for me. My mentor was a flippin' genius. He's going, for this thing to duplicate, move really, really, really quickly. I'm going to really, really practice on doing a really good presentation along with a game plan. And then I'm going to record them. That guy was a frickin' genius. Robert, are you excited about your future? I am. What do I got to do? I got to get people to watch that same damn video that got me in. it's like, hey, so now, we got this new video that Josh is going to come out with. And then there's Mark that did a presentation on dream trips. And then we got Mark and Josh that did a presentation on dream trips. I got Josh to do a presentation. I mean, person. So there'll be people that will just send those videos directly to people. And they won't connect. They won't give a gift. And they won't do anything. Like, hey, can you do yourself a favor and watch this video and sign yourself up and go to work? It's like, what? So I'm proud of you, Kai. I'm really, really proud of you.
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you for everything that you've been doing.
You bet. I'm proud of you, man. Watching everything click for you is very, very gratifying for me. It's very fulfilling. It makes me emotional. So each and every one of you, I pray has that, where you're constantly changing people's lives for the better, and they constantly reach out to you and say, man, thank you for being patient to me. And you know what the number one thing that they all say to me? Robert, would you please forgive me for being so stupid at the beginning? Yeah, because I was stupid at the beginning. There's nothing harder for a mentor when someone calls you up and gives you a great big giant story of they got somebody on the product because they were able to do a pitch for FFX in the street. I'm going like, they're going to come to me one day and go, why is it that everybody I sold the product to won't sell the product? I don't know. You went down that road. You should have the answer to that answer. You should have the answer to that question. I don't know why none of my people sell shit. Okay. Can you help me? No, because I don't do that. You want to learn what I do? So, Guy, I appreciate you, man. Great. So how many people want to hear Terry's story?
Okay, really quick before Terry, just to piggyback off of Kai, I just want to remind everybody that the voting is continuing right now for Kai. It's a new level. We're getting down to the top 5. So please, I've posted the link in the chats, both YouTube here and in Zoom. Vote. The first vote is free. 1 vote, free. Piece of cake. If you want to add more votes to that, you can. It's $1 a vote, minimum 10 votes, and all the money goes to charity, childhood cancer. So there's my little commercial.
Awesome. Thank you, Kai. If you guys don't mind, well, I'm going to answer Arthur's question and then let her close out. So I see Coach Curtis on here, and nice to see you. See Corky on here. D, I don't know, Chris, Ola, if I missed some of you, George, Diane, Rebecca, Jamie. So let's go ahead.
Dee Dee is actually Dee Dee Aston. I kind of looked it up.
Do you mind, Leo?
Really?
Yeah, I know she didn't want to put her name. I don't know why.
There she is.
I don't know what she's doing. She's obviously a little blurry there, Dee Dee.
Oh, sorry. I'm copying the link, as always.
Ah, good.
Very good.
Sorry about that. I'll go
That's
off
all right.
camera.
No.
All right. Thank you, Dee Dee. All right, let's go to Arthur, and then we're very excited to hear what Terry's got to say.
Yeah, we set that up really good yesterday, didn't we?
It certainly did. Arthur, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Hey, Robert. Hey, Terry.
Hey, Arthur, how are you?
I feel powerful.
Awesome.
I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to say that I am proud of you for taking care of your health.
Thank you.
And I've kind of done the same this year for me as well. Since
Proud of you, man.
I made a decision on January 2nd. I went to the gym and I have been going 5 days a week, hitting the weights hard, over 175 hours in that gym.
Wow.
And I wanted to get back to where I was when I was in my 20s, when I thought I was like in the best shape of my life. I remember one year I went, right before I met my wife, I went 1 year for Halloween as a Chip and Dale dancer. And she got a hold of that video, and for years she had that on her phone whenever I called it
so
pop
funny.
up. So her coworkers are like, "Oh my God, who's that? Oh my God!" And so I'm like, you know what? I need to get that body back to where I was. And I wasn't I stopped going to the gym for I don't know, 10 years or something. And I just got
Are we weird as humans? It's like,
well,
just one day you go, why did I stop all that stuff?
I do know why I stopped. I was vacuuming the house one day and I hurt my back and I couldn't bend over. So it's of all the reasons I was vacuuming and I hurt my back.
That's the reason I don't vacuum.
Yeah. It's so weird that the vacuum took me out, because at the time back then I was deadlifting 400 pounds at that time.
Wow.
So going back into it this time, I'm like, okay, I was trying to go back into the same workout programs and routines, with doing the Michael O'Hearn workout routine, which now it's on the Body Fit app. I don't have to write it down in a notebook anymore. And I was like, oh, the tracking, that's great. That's awesome. But I noticed as I was going through it, I'm like, every week, everything is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And I'm like, I'm older now and I don't want to rip a biceps off, rip a pec off, my joints and my ligaments. So I researched and I looked for a new person to follow, Dr. Mike Israetel. He has
I'm proud of you. It's like, I know a lot of people on here. It's like, if you ask people how many different churches they've gone to.
Yeah, I know.
It's like there's you need a different thing. You find a different person.
Well, he trains bodybuilders. He does hypertrophy training to build, and not necessarily loading so much weight on the bars, or you're pulling so much weight to hurt yourself, but to build the muscle in a way that bodybuilders truly build. But it's working out great.
I've seen these videos that are passing by for me every day, because I know I must be Googling enough stuff for them to think that I would be interested. The algorithms are not stupid. but it shows all these guys that are in their 80s and they're just ripped with 8-packs, and every exercise they do is off a folding chair. Isn't that interesting?
It is, yeah.
You know, so
It's
we were talking the other day. I don't remember what video we were talking about, but you know, Chuck Norris had that piece of equipment called the Total Body.
Total Gym.
Yeah, Total Gym, right. And you know, the whole concept is, you know, you use your body weight for the resistance. And so, you know, there's a lot of smart people out there that know how to do things.
What's interesting is that, you know, when you first start working out, I didn't want to do it, first of all, because it's tiring and you're breaking a routine and a pattern. But, you know, and your muscles are sore and all the time, you know, the wife is like, why are you going to the gym? Just skip. I'm like, I'm not skipping. And then she's like,
yeah, they tell us to skip because we're complaining that our muscles hurt.
well, and she's like, well, why are you walking like that? I'm like, I did leg day. I'm like, my leg, I could barely walk. Yeah, so I noticed that, you know, after a while, your body starts healing faster and faster. So,
yeah.
But once you get to the healing phase, you're like, damn, like I feel like a superhero. Like I run through like a wall.
I really feel really good.
She tells me, she's like, stop working out right here. I'm like, I don't even work that out. I'm like, I don't do shoulder shrugs. I do rows.
Yeah.
But the discipline of going and doing that, now it would feel weird if I missed a workout. It just would feel strange to me. And it's just like a routine. Like I go on days when I don't feel like it and I'm tired and I'm sore. I go.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Yeah. Any
shirt off. I'm just kidding. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's we can find that discipline in every area of our life. You know what I mean?
And the other thing too is that staying consistent with this, I haven't really like drank. Like I don't even have like the desire to drink. I drank champagne on like Valentine's Day, and then I think I had a couple beers on St. Patty's Day, and that's pretty much it for this year.
Right.
I bought a rice cooker, eating different. You know,
good for
eating
you,
lots
man.
of protein.
Yeah, I can tell it makes you feel good. I'm proud of you.
That's awesome.
I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
But that's all I wanted to say was that.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Very
Thanks,
good.
Arthur.
Thank you so much, Arthur. Great share.
That was a great share. I love success stories.
All right. Well, it is time, Terry. Let's go. Come on, share.
First up front. I would have never promoted her yesterday if she didn't say, well, I'll tell everybody on Imaginators.
Well, I didn't know my mom was going to hurt her back. So,
well, I just wanted to, yeah. So
I take Delta 8 every day. I cook dinner. I take them about 5:30, 6 o'clock. They hit me about 7:30. I've always taken 2.5 for months. And it just happened that I didn't eat a lot on Friday. I had a couple of protein shakes, and then I made a DiGiorno pizza that was shit. So I threw it in the trash, had a couple bites. So I didn't have a lot of food in me. And so we're sitting there and my heart just starts going crazy. And so I sit there for like 15 minutes and I'm checking my watch. And after about 15 minutes, I just stood up and I said, this is what my watch says. And so Robert's like, well, how do you feel? And I said, it's just my heart is beating super, super fast. It's never really done anything like this before. So he goes, go take some CBD oil. So I run upstairs and I take some CBD oil and we're running around the house looking for Bare Children's aspirin, and that wasn't expired or whatever. And I put like 3 of those in my mouth and chewed those up. And it just, this is like a half hour in, and it just is not, it's just not going under 200.
It's like over 200.
Yeah.
High of 207, 205. Yeah.
You know, we called Matt. I should have listened.
What did Kyle come and help to ask you some questions?
He said, do this with your face. I did. He goes, well, you're not having a stroke. I go, no, I'm not having a stroke.
He goes, make this face.
So we called Matt while we're standing up in the kitchen, and Matt's like, Mom, just go downstairs, watch something on TV. You'll be okay. Well, I'm like,
take your watch off. No.
I'm not 40 anymore. I'm 61.
Right.
And
yeah.
My mom just had, heart problems. So I'm like, well, shit, I might as well go to the hospital. So we all jump in the car and I'm checking it the whole way there. We're like, I don't know, 30 minutes from the hospital. And so I'm checking it the whole way there. And I thought, if we get closer to the hospital and it calms down, just drive around a little bit and then we'll just go home. And so it didn't. So we go in there and I walk up to the window and I told the lady, I said, first off, I'm extremely stoned. My heart rate is super high. And she's like, okay, and did all the, chit chat, and we could have exchanged.
Yeah, all the nurses and the doctor treated like, yeah, we have people like this coming in every day.
Yeah, so then I go around to the lady and she checks my blood pressure and I go to her, I go, I'm extremely stoned. I do edibles every day almost. I said, and for some reason it's just affecting me different. So she takes my blood pressure and we sit down at the, in the waiting room, and I'm looking at my watch and there's a lady looking at me. Robert goes, her heart rate is super high. I go, I'm extremely stoned. And she's just looking at me like I had two heads, And so I thought, if it goes under 100, I'm out. I'm out the door. Here's your paperwork. I'm out. And it never did. So we went in there and the lady came in. I said, I'm extremely stoned. And I have the worst cotton mouth I've ever had. Water. So first she says, let's put you on and weigh. I said, I'm not doing that. She goes, okay. So then we go in the room and she wanted me to do something else. I don't remember.
She said, put a gun on. I'm not doing that.
So I sat on the bed and they came in and stuck the things on, so we sat there for 30 minutes and it calmed down, and then the doctor came in and did a stethoscope, and I'm extremely stoned. Not so much anymore because it's wearing off. And
I love the doctor. After he checked out everything, he looked at her and he says, you can stay here. We'll give you fluids and we'll give you some drugs to calm you down.
I said, I'm out.
Or you can go home. And she said, I'm out of here.
So this morning, my mom calls me and says, I can't hardly breathe. I did something to my back. Well, my sister and her husband were picking her up, and they drink alcohol. Heaven forbid you'd smoke a joint or do an edible. We're above that stuff. So I get in there at and they're in the waiting room. And I said, here's a funny for you guys. I said, Robert had to take me to the hospital on Friday because I was too high and I had too many edibles. The looks on their face, the judgment. And I thought, you drink your wine, you drink your beer, tell your liver that in 30 fucking years, don't judge me. Get off it, Oh my God. So that's my story. That's it. I don't think I'll take, hey, listen, edibles? And I was super high, not this high. I told Robert it's the bottom of the bag. I take my edibles. And
she knows what ones get her higher, and it's the ones in the bottom of the bag.
Where everything seeps down to the bottom. I don't know. Anyway, so that was a little weird for me, but yeah, that's my story. It's a funny one.
So to think,
I like the bill when the bill comes, but
so. What have we been together for 40 years?
Something like that.
And so I'm not one
from the bottom of the bag.
I'm not one of those people, you know what I mean? But I just love that she is, you know what I mean?
I was stoned. The worst cotton mouth, but yeah, and I've been really stoned before and had, I just sit through it and go, in a couple hours it'll be all right. My heart's never done that before though. So my sister's
let me ask you this, Mom. Do you think if you weren't wearing your watch and you didn't see your heart rate, things would have been different?
No, because it was.
Yeah, she could feel it.
You felt it.
I just feel it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you went regardless. Like I'm when she called me, I didn't immediately. I'm like, been here, done that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So then Robert has to blab to my best friend, who's a nurse, yesterday. So he goes, have Terry tell you, I had to take her to the emergency room last night. You didn't call me? And see, everybody gives me dirty looks because I get stoned. Well, my best friend doesn't drink or do any of that stuff. But I love how my family judges me. Whatever. Next. Oh,
so Terry's going to get a course. If any of you still are having difficulties with what you think other people think, she's going to do a whole
right? Yeah.
So she goes in and look at her tattoo.
Oh, wait, I can't. Oh,
So she's got a cannabis leaf on her arm, you know, and it's like, hey, you know.
I've just never
Have
had
you
anybody
tried this
before.
one?
What?
Oh,
Have
we
you
can't
tried
see that. The green.
the vape?
Yeah.
Oh, the new vapes.
It
Yeah, I
mixes in
have.
with your
I'm not a
background,
big-
Arthur.
I'm not a big smoker.
I've
I
done
mean,
the
I'm an
vapes
ex-smoker.
before, but when I got this, the same thing like happened to me. I had noticed that it had a little charge thing in it, so I didn't know if
Yeah.
it was charged or not. So I opened it up and I took like a huge breath in,
Right.
and I didn't
Oh,
feel
no.
like I didn't feel the smoke going in. I'm like, I don't think it's charged. And then I blew out and all this like smoke came out. I'm like, oh crap. And then I got like really sweaty. My heartbeat like went way up, and my head was spinning. And then my wife is like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I think I just I didn't think this was charged." And I took a huge breath in. I thought I would feel something going in, but I didn't feel anything going in.
And it didn't
And
hurt your
then
throat?
it did. Yeah,
Yeah.
it did. And then I got like cotton mouth. And then
Oh.
I told her, I'm like, I just need to go to bed. I'm like, I'm not even gonna eat dinner. I feel like I'm sweating. My heartbeat is like going really fast, and
So your
everything's
heartbeat,
spinning
your heartbeat was going really fast too?
really, really, really fast with this.
It's
Yeah, because I
yeah,
took like
it's common.
I
Is
took
it
like a
bad?
huge breath
Yeah.
in, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not taking a huge breath of this. I'm like, I think you're supposed to just puff it. I don't think you're supposed to breathe in that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
funny because
it's like
my
George Clinton, right? Like, don't inhale.
Yeah.
I didn't inhale it. No.
yeah, so my girlfriend that's a nurse, I said, we talked to Matt. He said, go sit down in your chair and watch something. And she said, he told you to stay home too? You guys, that's how people get heart attacks. And I'm like, geez. Yeah, so
yeah.
my sister's like, you don't go to the doctor, you don't get your blood pressure checked. And you know, so I'm like, oh hey.
You have a blood pressure machine at home though.
I do, but I don't use it because I don't need to.
Yeah.
Just because you guys are all sick,
But
because you
see-
go to the doctor and all that shit, I'm not that way. So
Yeah, when we went in and they pulled up her records, the last time that she was in that hospital was when she had
my last baby.
her last
And
baby.
he's 30.
So
Yeah. Now as I look at it, I told Robert I'm going to take the hospital bill and I'm going to post it everywhere. I'm like, just go sit your ass in your chair or don't take as much. You know what I mean? So
see, now you guys want to hear the analytical person's thought on this? Okay, listen to this. How many of you know of people? Because I don't say you guys, so you see, I'm using who do you know every time, right? So, hey, do you guys know of any people that have partaked in anything too much? Right? Now, why doesn't anybody ever say this? We're all unique. We have all separate DNA. Everything's going to, everything is going to be different with us. So I always hear people say this about, edibles. They say edibles are scary because they're unpredictable.
clearly.
And I'm saying that edibles are unpredictable because you're not paying attention of what you ate, how much you ate, and where you were, and your metabolism when you take the product. And you know what's hilarious about people that do other things other than alcohol? Is we all know what everyone says in alcohol. So, me and Terry go out to eat with Michelle and Ant, right? And as soon as we sit down and we go, do you guys want a glass of wine? And Ant goes, I've been really busy today and I haven't ate anything. So I'm not gonna partake too much. Isn't that crazy? Hey, I haven't ate, so this is gonna hit me pretty hard. And I know the mind is very strong. It's got great imagination. And you guys have seen this. They've actually given people alcohol and told them, and there wasn't any alcohol in it. And so the person's drinking it, and then they act all kinds of stupid. They're giggling, tossing their hair, doing all kinds of stuff. And there's like, they're acting like they're hammered and they wasn't drinking alcohol. You know what I mean? So, what a great thing to talk about as far as imagination. Because like Matt said, Mom, are you wearing your watch? I'm such a geek that I took her watch off and put my watch on. That's how fast I
Yeah,
went into.
I was gonna
I
say
went
I
into
asked,
diagnosis mode. Is maybe there's something wrong with her watch. I put mine on her arm. Nope, still over 200. So it's like, I'm asking her how she feels. Because the body usually will go into panic mode, and you usually feel like you're salivating, like you're going to get nauseous, your stomach. And here's the other way that I think that it works on people. How many of you know some people that got extremely too drunk on a certain alcohol when they were young? Okay. Because you don't know that you don't know, right? And
Fireball.
what happens when someone
all I have to say.
mentions what happens when someone mentions is that alcohol? For me, it was peppermint schnapps. And so someone says, hey, you want peppermint schnapps? And it's like, no, thank you. And you know what? I'm going to go stand over there while you open up the bottle because all your mind is trying to do is protect itself. And it's going like, listen, idiot, you tried to kill yourself around this stuff last time.
Yeah, I remember the first time I tried Fireball, it was like, this tastes like Big Red gum, and now I can't chew Big Red gum anymore.
I can chew cinnamon gum. And listen, no hangover yesterday. Felt great. Now, I got really hammered years ago when I had to have my kids take care of me because I got drunk on Fireball because my nephew kept bringing me a shot in a solo glass.
Yeah, it was definitely his fault.
It's his fault. He overshot. And they had to I'm throwing up my sister's rocks, which I said I was going to do. And the judgy sister, oh, I would never do that. Okay.
The only sister.
The only sister. One's plenty. And so, yeah. But no hangover. Felt great. So I do like my beer, I must say. So,
yeah.
Right, but
so there's her report. She's fine. She's fine and
strong as ever. I looked real quick. I asked ChatGPT what the average resting heart rate under THC is, and it's between 80 to 150 beats resting.
Get out.
So
I think
obviously it's going to be different. It's going to be different for every person.
Yeah.
I've had panic attacks being stoned, always on edibles, never smoking it, just always on edibles. But I've had panic attacks and I've had my heart rate go up to like 215, 220 from having a panic attack being stoned. And I wouldn't consider myself in like bad health in any way, but it's just, I knew in that moment when you called, Mom, that there's nothing that was going to make you and especially Dad feel better than just going to the hospital.
Right.
You know what? And I told him, I said,
he cares about you. Kyle cares about you. They're sitting there.
I get no one gets people to the hospital faster than me. Kyle said, hey, Dad, do you want me to drive? And I said, on the way home.
You don't have to go that
ambulance wasn't going to ever get there and beat you there.
No way.
I said,
no way.
You don't have to go that fast. I'm fine. But
all my driving skills kick in. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, you best believe I was next to the phone waiting to hear if she was all right, regardless if I knew it or not. So Mom,
so how many people love, as we're doing Imaginators, that we all can just be real people and talk about anything?
I'm always real. This is who I am. It, don't like it. I don't care either way. So.
Yeah. So we'll just all encourage each other. And when we, again, I always look at stuff like that is really, truly just a lesson. It's not really a mistake. It's like
quarter now, 2 quarter bites. And then I'll cut quarters.
And of course, when she was under the influence, and
actually, once my heart calmed down, having a great time.
So when she was under the influence, she told me that she knew exactly what happened and how she can stop it from happening again. And it was just, you cannot eat the gummies in the bottom of the package. You can't. And I said, so when anybody wants any of them, you can tell someone you got 30 bags of unfinished gummies because the ones at the bottom are the ones that hurt you.
That's the thing. I was going to say, a lot of people don't know this, but like your tolerance for CBD and THC goes up just like it would for alcohol.
Absolutely.
So what ends up happening, even if you are taking these things, is you're going to gain more and more of a tolerance.
Yep.
If you take a 2-week break, your tolerance will go down and then you'll need less.
How about a 2-day?
I never thought about this. I think that this is the first Zoom I've been on where we actually had a Hollis do a product story.
It's like, listen, for someone that's, I was gonna say, for someone that's more of a stoner or something, you say that stuff about the bottom of the bag, and they're like, I can't wait to get to the bottom of the bag.
Yeah. It's
Got something
like,
to look forward to now,
Right, look
huh?
forward to it.
those are
Working
all for
towards
our
it.
challenge-oriented people. Peter's down there like, I'll take one of those. It ain't gonna bother me a bit, man.
Right?
I'll play darts and chess with you while I'm well, some of you are experts. So Craig, why don't you go ahead and close this out? We'll do it at the top of the hour. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And please tap into your imagination, become that imaginator. You know, I will share one thing with you guys. When you're thinking about, you know, building a group of people that are either your subscribers or involved in a company like MDC, you know, and believe it or not, I'm going to be bold here. I was actually thinking about this with Ant and Michelle, because the one thing that I tricked myself into doing that I know I wouldn't have done unless she asked me to help her is I got this in my mind. I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to see if I can build her all the way to the top position and not call anybody that I've ever been in business with. Because I wanted to prove to the other people that are so-called gurus that I really could connect with strangers on social media, give them a gift, get them to know, like, and trust me, and then get them excited enough to put me in front of everyone they knew. How many of you, when you first got in, and since I shouted out Ant and Michelle, when you got involved in your first company, how long did it take you to put everyone you knew in front of somebody? Unmute.
Never. They wouldn't allow you. I had to jump through hoops in order to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Just never happened.
Had to qualify, had to do this, had to be this rank first before they would. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We know.
I had to jump through a whole lot of hoops.
Yeah.
That's why that's why I thought I haven't even registered yet. I haven't even gone in, and Daniel's getting us in front of you. What's different here?
Yeah. See, I was taught. Okay, so you know you know, where do you see yourself getting started? I don't have any money. Don't worry about that right now. Let me show you how this works. And immediately asked me who the best person that I knew, and said, this is how I'm going to call them. He told me, this is how I'm going to call your person. He didn't ask me to call my person.
Wow.
And he told me what he would say, so I felt comfortable. I gave him his name. The guy's on the phone with him for less than 3 minutes, and he gave the address, and the person's on their way down. It's like I was always taught to put everyone in front of my mentor. And so when I see people jump in this industry and struggle to do it on their own without giving proper, you know, flowers and edification to someone other than them, the only reason I showed up at the meeting, hey, I met this guy that made 62 grand. He's looking for people that want to make $100,000 a month. Do you know anyone? Me. It is like everyone. So I thought of that about you guys. You guys were on my heart because, you know, you got to trust that I can help you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You got to trust that, you know, hey, listen, Robert's here for me. If he's saying that we can put him on his web, Zoom with as many people as we can, you know, then, you know, abuse me. Let me tell you that. Yeah. Let me tell you that I'm too busy, but I'm not, you know, so.
Robert, for me, it's still hard to believe that we truly have direct access to you to speak to you and just where we came from. I mean, we were highly ranked, as you know, and we had to earn the right to speak to people. So speaking to you directly, I want people to know about true humility, and that's truly who you are. Like you said, you just being Robert. It's such a gift to connect.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So we won one of the trips because we ranked quite high, boat cruise and all the rest of it. And the diamond in the room was there. And our whole team was invited to go and sit at his table. But because our rank was one level lower, although we were there and got the trip, They made us sit at a side table next to them, and they all sat at the big table. And I tell you what, that day I got up and walked out and I said, I'm going to say it. I said, fuck them. I am not doing this no more. And I walked out.
Right?
And I walked. I thought, how dare they treat us like pieces of shit on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
What did you make from that?
Terrible.
I mean, how much money did they make off you guys?
Exactly.
It's sad.
In fact, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have ranked themselves up to the next level.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's I don't know where people I try not to be too judgmental of people because I know sometimes they don't have an owner's manual and they probably did the same thing that their mentors did to them and so on and so forth. But I always tell people that, God, that cannot be the way you'd want to be treated. I mean, we hear this thing even today, like, okay, so my mom and dad beat me up, we're alcoholics, and then the government took me away from them. So look at how great I am. So then that's what I should do to Matt.
Oh, no.
I should
go through
But don't we know people that do this? It's like, listen, I was kicked out of the house at 18 and get a job, and now you're on your own. And I was just like, that whole, how would I feel if, how would I act if? So I just wanted to tell you guys that you guys are constantly on my mind, because I know when you first get restarted in anything, and I'm so proud of both of you and the amount of videos you guys are doing and how you're increasing your YouTube channel and all this stuff. And I'm watching, right, Ant? I'm watching for Michelle too, but I shared Ant a message today and I said, who the hell is this guy? And he's going, I forgot about that YouTube channel. I did that 9 years ago. And he's going, hey, thank you. I got more videos to upload. So yeah. I love where people can see your older videos and just see how you've grown. What was your focus? Yeah. So I'm proud of you both, and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice meeting you, Terry.
Good to see you.
Doc Ant, Doc Michelle, thank you so very much. And, we appreciate you participating, as well as Jody Falcon, Coach Bob Johnson, Kelly Davis, Jerome Marshall, Kai Au, Arthur Waino. Terry, thank you for sharing with us, and glad that you're doing better.
I'll see if anything happens next week. I might have a new story, but I highly doubt it, but I'll work on it.
Fantabulous. And thank you for joining us here on The Imaginators.
Nice.
All right. So if you want to save the chat, there's some things in the chat. Go ahead and download the information. If you're watching us on Zoom, click the 3 dots in the meeting chat that's next to Imaginators title, and then click on Save Chat. It'll download as soon as we are done here with Imaginators. If you're watching us on Zoom, we're going to put all of those links and things in the post description below this video once we finish, so you can watch the replay, and they're right there. We appreciate you for joining us today. Matt Hollis, bless you, my friend. Thank you so much for being our executive producer. Love you and appreciate you, man. And we thank each and every one of you for joining us on the Imaginators with Robert Hollis and Terry Hollis. So until next time, please be good to yourselves, be cash, and bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute so we can all say
bye, everybody.
So long.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Kelly, George,
Good night.
Have a wonderful
Rebecca,
Sunday.
Melody,
Dude,
Daniel,
nice.
Peter and Linda, Peter and Linda,
Bye-bye.
Peter and Linda. It's like that.
Love the story, Terry.
Hey,
everyone.
Jamie, I love you, Melody.
Bye.
Glad you're
Dee Dee,
okay.
Jamie,
Have a good
First
night.
year mom, Terry.
Rue, Matt. Hey, Jody, Coach Bob, Deb, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Orla from Sweden. And
Bye, Robert. Bye, Terry.
bye-bye.